So we left off the last video having looked at this option.filter functionality here. We gave this an array of option integers or int options, and we applied a filter criteria that each integer needs to be larger than 3. And what we could see as a result was that the array that we got back had a none value where we used to have sum 1 before because it got caught by the filter criteria. The other values remained the same, and the none value flowed through just in the same way as it was inputted into the original array. What I want to do now is show you a quick array functionality to take one of these arrays and also remove all the clutter from here. So you could imagine an application where you have some original array coming in, you want to filter these option values based on some criteria like we just did, and for the ones that end up none here, so either the ones that were empty to begin with or the ones that don't satisfy the criteria, maybe we want to remove those from the array altogether. This can be done very quickly with just a couple of extra steps. So if we now say let and then array with Array.filter, let's say, we're going to take the original array that we had here with the option filter. And what we're going to do with this is we're simply going to send it to the array function, array.filter. Now this one takes or has a function that defines what the criteria for being included in the array should be. So this one takes some parameter x, and if x is sum, then it persists. If that criteria is not met, then it's going to be excluded. So it's as simple as that. And then additionally, for the values that we have here, we can send this to array map again. And what we can do here is simply remove the optionality, because when we do this step, we already filter out all the none values. So it's going to be redundant now to have an option array here, because we already know that all the values in this array are going to actually be populated with something. So we can just do this, and let me then just print the equivalent statement, but for our new evaluation, like so, and then just do that with the appropriate array as well, like that. And let's now execute this. So the input for this part of the evaluation will now be an array that has none in the first element, and then for the later 3 looks like the array up here. Now the first criteria, as I said, looks whether or not each element is something, and so for number 1 and number 3 of this array, that would be false, and they should be removed from the array. And then after that, for the remaining ones that have a value, we extract that value and remove the option wrapper. And you can see here now that the array we started with is this. In the second step, we remove these none values, and for the remaining 2, we get rid of this option wrapper, and we're just left with the values 5 and 11. So that's how you're able to combine this option filter functionality with the array filter functionality to make your arrays smaller.